Alright, hey guys, what's up? It's Tim with the Juice, and I want to go over the strength continuum, and we're going to get into how this affects our program design and the ways that we help people get stronger, faster, and then really fast. So as we start off, we go from absolute strength, meaning the strongest you can be, the most force you can exert, all the way through a series of progressions and training to going the fastest you can go, generally moving your own body weight or a super light external load. So that's kind of the general spectrum here. The four main marking points we have to divide these up are absolute strength, strength, speed, speed, strength, and then absolute speed. So you see how we start here, absolute strength, into absolute speed, strength, speed, and speed, strength end up switching. And these two are kind of similar. We'll get into how those are different. Now, when we're talking about programming, the first big thing we want to do after working on muscle endurance, motor control, etc., is we want to build up absolute strength. And here's why we start here. First, the limiter here is going to be myofibrillar hypertrophy. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy is going to be the size around the contractile units in the muscle. What we want to do is actually have more of the body's ability to make contractions, because our goal is to produce the greatest force we can. Now, this is the greatest force. There's no speed requirement here. You notice there's no word speed here, so they can be slow. It doesn't mean you're moving slow. They're actually trying to move very fast, but when it's 600 pounds off the ground or in a squat or in a bench press or a press, generally these would be the movements we use for absolute strength, other things in that nature. But for our purposes here, let's just stick with those three for easy example. Back squat, pulls off the ground and deadlifts, and then pressing, whether horizontal, vertical press. You can do absolute strength with a chin up too. That also does include some relative strength because of your own body weight. So for now, let's talk about those. Reps, sets, and percentages. Generally, you'll see here, 1 to 5 reps is where we're going to be starting for most of this. More than that, you will get strong from it, but we start to get other types of hypertrophy and more strength endurance. That's going to be our next video when we go about how to get all these gained qualities and turn them into conditioning. 1 to 5 reps is where we want to stay. 3 to 6 sets is where we're going to be. So very common, 5 by 5, building up. 3 sets of 5 across, 3 sets to build, and 3 sets across at 5 reps puts us in that 3 to 6 sets range, 1 to 5 reps, and 75 to 100% of your 1 rep max. Right, so when we do, let's say, sets of 5 back squats, and we start off at a lower range, we might say 50%, 60%, 70, and 3 sets at 75% if we're starting off the cycle of that to build up to maybe a heavy set of 5. You see that's 50, 60, 70, and 3 at 75, 6 sets by 5 reps. We're in the right range. We're getting the right types of gains we know for absolute strength. Once we have that basis, right now we move on to strength speed. And think of this as our classic Olympic lifts or heavier loaded Olympic lifts. So they could be positional lifts. They could be a hang clean, hang squat clean also. Generally in those positions, it can be difficult to get the right amount of load produced to make it strength speed and not speed strength. Okay, so we'll get into this in a second. Strength speed movements are built on absolute strength. So you see the limiter here is your central nervous system. We have to move these lifts faster, right? But it's also limited by the base you have. So again, if someone's deadlifting 200 pounds, it's gonna be really difficult for them to clean 200 pounds, right? So that is the limiter. So that's why we wanna raise this first, and then it's gonna create room for us to develop the speed qualities we need. Again, your central nervous system, neuromuscular efficiency are going to be limiters here. So if someone is strong and slow, but let's say really uncoordinated, yeah, I'm sure you have people in mind that may make their Olympic lifts not look so great. They're not moving in the proper order they need to with their body, and that is going to be an issue there. Right, so those are the first 2 limiters, CNS and absolute strength. The next ones, it's going to be our maximal fast contraction with a high load. So here we're looking for 1 to 3 reps at a time. Yeah, you could do 4s. Again, these are the general parameters. You could go to 6 reps. They're really fast. Sure, you can do that. 1 to 3 reps here for strength speed. When you give all your lifters a set of 4 plus 2 squat, clean, and jerks, they want to fight you, right? It hurts. 3 to 10 sets. So that's 7 heavy singles, 6 sets of doubles, right? 1 set every minute on the minute for 10 singles building up. 50 to 90% of your max output is where most of the training ranges go. Beyond 90%, now we're really kind of testing that ability. So you could go up to 100 here, but for most of the training loads we're looking for are going to be in these areas for strength speed. Now when you look at speed strength, and it's going to be a little different for a couple reasons. It is also CNS and neuromuscular efficiency based, but it is not limited by absolute strength. That's the difference. So we're moving on maximally fast contraction, same thing, we're trying to move really quickly, but it's with a low load. So think of doing, say, 30% of your 1 rep max clean with a hang power clean for 5 reps. How fast you can move that. You would produce a lot of force, but you're not limited. The actual expression of your body moving is going to be faster. You're still trying to move that fast here on strength speed, but that pull off the ground still is slow and the transition's heavy. So you're moving fast, but the expression of your body's ability gets faster as we move down here. Low load, 1 to 5 reps. 3 to 6 sets is a good range for us to be in. This would be lower loaded stuff. So we don't do a lot of this, say, for maybe the front part of training. We could do it, things like a weighted muscle up would be in here, a lightly weighted muscle up, weighted chest to bar pull up, stuff like that could be in the speed strength range also. But a lot of this you're going to start seeing in the conditioning area and the speed strength endurance part here. And then finally we go to absolute speed. This is body weight or low load as fast as possible. 1 to 10 reps, 3 to 10 seconds at a time, a few sets, and then really the loading is none there. So we want it fast, recover hard, go fast. This would be things like short sprints, really big bounding jumps, things in those nature where you're trying to move as far as you can, as fast as you can, as quickly as you can. Because we've developed our body's ability to produce the greatest force, we've now synced up that force with our brain to tell our body to contract fast. We've removed some of that load, so now you can actually move your body fast and not just think about moving fast, and now you are here actually moving really fast. So that's the strength speed continuum, absolute strength to absolute speed. You'll see the rep ranges get a little more. The sets can increase also through here, and the percentages are going to go down as far as the external load as we get to go faster, and that's the strength continuum. Thanks.